Yeah. Row store versus column store, correct? Right. So let's start with our row store first. And let's try to understand how things are working here. And then we will do some comparison in both of them and we will understand the features, benefits of both the things. Yeah. So row store. Yes, Kuntal. Generally, if we are talking about row store, what does it means? We are going to store the data row wise, correct?
Yes.
Right? So suppose we have got few records. Suppose we have, let's say, 6 records. Yeah. And these 6 records are, suppose we have got material number or let's say sales order. So sales order number is there, sales order, I'll say sales order, sold to party is there of sales orders, sold to party number. Let's say material number is also there. So material number, amount and currency. We have got six, total 5 fields, right? Now these records I want to store in row store. So what I will do, I will start with the very first one. So suppose this is my sales order number, this is my sold to party one, and this is my material number one. Yeah, some amount, and then let's say US dollar is my currency. So I stored it row wise, right? This is my first row, and still my space is available. So I will start with the next row from here. 10,000, let's say two. Just a hypothetical situation to understand it. Material number two, two here, 300 as currency, INR. Then we went for the third one. So one 10,003 here, 20. Yeah. Sold to party three, material number three, and what should I say? Material number three, amount 600 euro. So once this row got finished, we are continuing from the next row. Once this row got finished, we are continuing from the next row and we are simply storing the same records till our row is getting finished. So I'm going for the next one. Yeah, let's say I'm going for this one as 4, sold to party 4, material number 4, and 700 US dollar. Similarly, I will go for the next one. So 10,005, sold to party 5, material number 5, and some 800 euro. Then I'm going for the next one. So this one will be 6, sold to party 6, material number 6, amount as 900 INR. So I wanted to store these 6 records, and what I did, I am storing it in row store concept. So till my first record is getting finished, I went for the next record because I will have the space. And once every space is occupied, I am simply going for the next one. This is a row store concept. Every row storing it in row format. All the data is storing it in the row format till your space is getting finished, right? Now here I have one question. Based on this storage, suppose I want to calculate the total amount here. If I want to calculate the total amount, what I am going to do? Just understand the situation. If I want to calculate what is the total amount, Yeah, anyone. Please see the data that we have stored here in row store concept. And I just am looking for what is the total sales amount. How we will do that? Hmm?
First, the cursor will come to the first line and it will scan the amount over there, and then again it will go to the first row again to fetch the second record, and all this way it will come.
Okay. Any other else? Anyone else? Just try it now. If I have to calculate the sales amount total here, we will start from here, correct? That's a general observation. We will start from here. This cell I will go, then I will go for the next one, then I will go for the next one, then I will go for the next one. And what I can see here, we have got our amount value, very first one, correct? Yes or no? Did we got it?
Yes, yes,
So we have our first value here now. And the next thing that I can see, I will go for the next one, next one, next one. This is my second record, right? Then I'm going for next, next, next. This is my third amount value, right? Am I correct?
yes.
Similarly, we will do this, and then we will go for next. And this one is my the last amount. This one is the last amount, right? So what we can see here, if we want to calculate total sales amount, still I have to, let's say total sales amount, what I can see here, the columns which I do not need here, do not need here, I am still touching them. Yes or no? All
Yes,
the columns we are required to check, even if I like it or not. I don't have any other option. I will have to go through it and I will have to check, right? That's a big issue here, correct? So if you are going for any cell, definitely if you are scanning any cell here, if you are scanning any cell, definitely some operation is being done. Yes, right? So some costing will also be there. What does costing means here?
to
Cost of
fetching.
operation, the time it is taking. It's not about money. It's about system, the time which system is taking here. Are you getting my point? Right? Are you think about this way? Don't go for that part if we are not getting that. See, we have got here total 6 record. I wanted to perform a aggregate operation sum on this amount value, right? On this amount column. I wanted to perform here a aggregate operation on this column. So even if I don't need other columns, I am still going for this also, this also, this also, this also, right? Yes or no? I am checking all these things. And
Yes,
if
yes.
compiler is scanning anything, some time it is taking, so some operation is happening. So overall, if you check the costing means here the time it is investing on that. So this is causing one problem. The performance for column related specific operations, but we can say column related here, specific operation is not very good if we are talking here column related specific operations for row store is not very good. Correct? A general observation on this, right? Now, if I say here, it is all about performance. The same thing I have said in the previous session also, that here everything is all about performance. If we are talking about like I have to perform a specific column related operation, or if I have to perform all the entire operation, how things are going to work. So suppose I am writing here select star. What does select star means? I need all the records, all the columns, correct? Yes or no? I'm
Yes, yes,
saying
yes.
that I need
Yes.
all the values. So I need this one also. Right from here, I need this one, 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 everything I need. So I am not doing any extra work, correct? In this case, the system, what we can say, in this case, when we are talking about select star here, the system will not be doing any extra work. Yeah. So select star is highly supported by row store. Two scenario I have taken here. Select star is highly supported by row store. Yeah. Now let's do the same thing using column store and let's see what is happening there. Let's see what is happening there. Here I will make it column store. Column. Okay. And I will store the values column wise. So I am taking my first row here. It will be column wise. Please understand this. This is going to be column wise. So we will have all these records one by one, column wise. So column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4, and column 5. Let's change these values. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one also be 1, 2. And here we go for 2, 3, 5, 6. Here 5. It's a 600, 7, 8, 9. We have stored the value column wise, correct? Column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4, and column 5. Now suppose I am asking the same question. I am asking the same question here. I'm just asking the same question. I have to perform the total amount. Total amount I need to calculate. I will go to this column 1, column 2, column 3, and I will go for this column 4, right? And can I say that I can directly perform the aggregate operation on this column 5, column 4?
Yes,
Can I say this, right?
yes, yes.
So in this case, we can directly go to this column 4 and perform the aggregate some operation. Yeah. Do we need to check these things? Now, are we checking it? Are we scanning these cells here? Are we scanning them? Are we scanning these values? All these other columns, are we scanning them? No, we are not scanning them. So can I say here, column related operations are highly supported by the row store, by the column store. Is it yes or no? Is it just a general observation? It do not require any hard coding or anything. Just
Yes,
I
yes.
stored some values in column format and the row format. I'm just asking you, is it yes or no? Right? Everyone, correct? But here, if we are talking about select star, let's observe it, how things are working here. If the same question I'm implementing here, now understand this. I am going for select star. So I will need first row, second row, third row, fourth row, and fifth row. Like this way, I need all the values. So I will go for this column one. I got my first cell. Then I will go for my second column. I will got my second cell. I will go for third column, third cell, fourth column, fourth cell, and then fifth column, fifth cell. This is my row one. Now I am going for second row. Again, we will come back to this one, column one. I will go to this. This is my row two, column one. Then I will go to this next column. This is row two, column two. I will go to this. Again, I am touching this. I will go get this. I will go to this and I will get this. I'll go to this. I'm touching that and I'm coming to this. I will come to this one by touching all these things. I will go for this. I will come out. I'll go for this. I'm touching this again. I will come to this. I'm going again touching this. Right? Tell me which operate either row store or column store. Which one is more beneficial in case of our select star?
Column store.
I'm talking about select star here. You did not got my point. Okay, let's come to that again. Let's go for row store. Select star. I directly went for this. I got my first row. See, no extra operation. Right from here, I continued for the next row. I got the second row. Right from here, I got for the third row. The here row completed. I will continue from the next one. This one. I got my third row. Again, I'm continuing. I got my fourth row. I continued. I got my fifth row and sixth row. Because everything is in the same row, right? We are not performing any extra operation. But if you talk about column store, please understand this. I am looking for my first row. Everything is there in column wise. Column wise, they have been stored. So here I went for first column. I got this first column of record one. Then I come out of this column. I went for the next column to get this, to get this. Again, next, next. Now, if I am looking for the second row, I will come back to my first column. I will touch this one. So some scanning is going on. Then I will go to this. Compiler will say, yes, this is the second record. Okay, let's take it. Now I'll come out. I will again check this. I will go to this, again checking this. So if these things have already been taken, still we are checking them, correct? Then we are going for this because
Yes.
they are column wise. They are separated. They are not in a format like you are considering that if we are here, I can directly take this one. No, this is not a row store. Column store is there. So if you want to go for next column, you will have to follow the same thing. You will come out here and you will go for next column. Again, come out next column. Come out next column. Come out next column. So now we have got the two rows. If I am looking for the third one, I will come back. I will touch this. I will go touch, 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 touch. And again here this one. And then I am coming to this. So here operation is being done, right? We are scanning each cell again and again. If we are talking about select star, so can I simply write column store never supports the select star concept, as unnecessarily we will be touching a lot of cells, which will cause the performance issue for the system. Are you getting this? Only these
Yes.
two comparison, total amount and select star. So when we are talking about a column specific operation, column store is highly efficient. When you are talking about select star, row store is highly efficient, right? Now with this, a question is arising in my mind. The question is very important question. Please focus on this. Let me just give a line between them and then mm, my system is a little bit slow today. Yeah, okay. The question is, how many times did we or do we go for all the columns of a table? Or let's say if I am talking about Mara table only, material master header table, the question is, how many times did we go for all these columns of a table? Just check your table that you have here. Or let's go for VBAP only. How many columns can you see here? 496. So tell
Yes.
me, Kuntal, have you ever used in your entire life all these 496 columns?
No.
So if I am talking about any of these tables, VBAP,
No.
right? Definitely no. Everyone, am I correct here? Did we ever go for all these columns in a single query,
No. No, sir.
right? That's a general observation here. So what you see, mostly in project, we hardly go for around 20 to 30 columns of a table, of a table. Yeah. And if we check this, VBAP, let's take the example, VBAP table, we have like 496 columns here. So select query, select star is meaningless for us. There is no meaning to bring all these records unnecessarily on the application layer, which will ultimately decrease the performance of the application. Yes or no,
Yes.
right? That is why this when S4 HANA came into picture, there was a recommendation instead of select star, always go for column wise like this way. MATNAR, MTART, MBRSH, or if we are talking about here we are cases VBAP. So select Veblen, item number, material number, like this way. Instead of select star, whatever columns you need, kindly fetch only those columns. Yeah. Also, with our observation that we have done here, we can simply say the column store is highly efficient in lots of things. So this column store is much faster in reading the data. This one. Very easy to perform aggregate function, yes or no?
Yes.
What are the aggregate functions, guys? If you are a ABAPer, definitely you will be having mathematics background, most of the people. What are the aggregate functions?
Minimum, maximum, summation, all these things.
Yes, total 5 aggregate functions are there. Max, mean, sum, average, count, right? Another benefit of this aggregate function. So if you have gone through core ABAP programming, there is a concept of secondary indexes. There is a concept of secondary indexes. So here what we can say, no need to create the secondary indexes. Yes, no need to create the secondary index here. We can also use these columns as a secondary index. What is the use of an index? Why do we create an index? To increase the performance. Let's take a normal example. You have your book in your hand. Every book on page 1, there is the index maintained for all the chapters, all the topics.
हाँ कौन
You
है
can just,
जे बाबा बाहर था मु का क्लास टा सोचु
please mute yourself. Session is being recording. Please mute. So no need to create the secondary indexes. We can also use the concept of secondary indexes, the columns here as a secondary index itself. Yeah. Why do we create an index? We create the index to increase the performance. Just I have taken an example of a book. On the page 1, we have all the index maintained for all the chapters. We can just go there and we can check it. Similarly here, if you check, we can use this column as a secondary index. So that is why column store is more beneficial in this case also. Yeah. Because of column store, another benefit, column store, there is massive parallel processing. This is also a general observation given by SAP. When we are talking about parallel processing, octa-core CPUs, if when we are connecting them, lots of parallel processing happens. So because of column store, there is massive parallel processing. This is another benefit. Yeah. So what actually happened with SAP HANA coming into picture, SAP saw these benefits and ultimately they turn all the tables of the SAP system into column store only. They ultimately turned all the system into column store only. Yeah. So now if you go and check any of this table, even if I have opened this VBAP, if I go to check, go to technical setting here, If I check this DB specific property, I will find out that it is a column store only. It is a column store only. Yeah. So with SAP HANA coming into picture, SAP saw these benefits and they ultimately turned all the tables into a column store. Also, while writing the select query, it is said that never ever use the star in select query. Is the difference between row store and column store clear? What we
Yes.
need and why we need? Everyone. Is the difference between row store and column store clear? Hmm? All of you, is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Right? Now the question here is, this is for standard tables. Yeah, this is for standard tables. They saw it and they made it. But if we are talking about column store, sorry, if we are talking about our custom table, so when we are going to choose row store and when we are going to choose the column store, yesterday also I said we were going to cover it today. So let's discuss that part. Also, it is a certification question. So if you are going for ABAP certification and interview also, it is asked when to go for row store and when to go for column store. Yeah, let's see this. I will be having noting here the benefits, row store, and again here column store. Which one will be beneficial in what situation? So if your table, what you are going to do here, if your table, if update or insert operation is to be performed more often than read operation, then we should go for row store. Row store is really good for storing format. You see here, if you check how easier for us was to store the value, just store it, store it, right? Wherever you have space to, where you have the space, just store the values. So same thing is here. If update or insert is being performed more often, then it is better to go for row store. Yeah. So if we compare it with our standard table, just take the situation. How many time you are going to perform insert operation and how many time you are going to perform the read operation? Just do the comparison, guys. Or if you want, you can take the example of our training also. For this VBAP table, we have written like at least 10 times the queries we have written, right? For this VBAP table. Tell me, did we ever performed any insert operation on this?
Yes, sir.
No.
Generally, just taking a situation. So in the last 10 times, we have just performed the read operation here. So this is also a general case, like around 70% of the cases are only read and 30% are insert or update. That is why standard tables have been turned into column store format. But if your table is going to do mostly the update or insert operation, better go for row store. If I am talking about here column store, so uh, generally, let's use the word generally, around 70% of the ERP operations are read operations only. Are read operations only. So if you have to mostly perform the read operation, you can simply you can select the column store. You can select the column store. Second thing, if very less amount of data is to be stored in the table, then it do not matters which one you are taking, because if data volume is very less, so there is no meaning of counting this performance or either row or column. It will be almost same. Yeah. So here, if mostly we want to perform aggregate operation, perform the aggregate functions over the columns, this will be more better. Yeah. Aggregate. Yeah. If we want to use select star, this one is more okay. Correct? Yeah. If data volume is very high here, if a large amount of data we are storing, then it is better to go for row store. Sorry, column store. Yeah. How many of you recall the concept of compression we saw yesterday? The concept we saw, compression. Compressing the data and storing it. What does it matter and what does it means? If you check these tables, let's compare this VBAP only. How many primary keys there in this table? Huh? If I am talking
Two.
about this VBAP table, two primary keys there, Veblen and Posner, correct? Right? Or if
Yes,
I
sir.
am going for any other table, let's say VBAK, here we have got only one. If I am checking the data, can you see this? Duplicate records here in other columns. Duplicate record here in other columns. Duplicate records in other columns in non-primary keys. Yes or no? Array,
Yes,
what
sir. Yes,
happened?
sir.
Right? So what we see here generally, if your table mostly have only unique records, then compression will not be very high because they are unique records. There is no meaning of doing any compression there. So compression will not be very high in that case. Yeah. So we can go for row store. This is another thing. Duplicate records always leads to high compression. High compression means we can store lots of records in a small amount of storage. So here, if you check your standard table, check your tables, most of the columns have duplicate records. And we are going for row store concept here, right? We are storing them row wise. So these values can be compressed. We can have only a value above 10. We don't need to store it again and again. We can have only one value above 32. We don't need to store it again and again. We can compress it and system is automatically storing the value in the same format. So most of the columns have duplicate records. Compression will be very, very high. This is another benefit of it. So we will be able to store large amount of data in a small space. In a small space. That is again a general observation. See this. Are you able to understand when we need to choose the row store and when we need to go for column store? Yes, right. Yeah. Yes or no?
Yes, Amrit. Good for me.
Yeah. So that's another thing. Another important note point. How many of you have worked on ECC system? Just tell me.
I have worked on
I,
ECC.
uh,
I am
Uh,
also worked on
so
ECC.
if you have, yeah, yes. Anyone saying something?
Just learn it in
Okay, okay. No problem. If you have worked on ECC system, you might have heard there is a concept of pool and cluster table. Pooled and cluster tables. They have like 1 to n relationship between the ABAP dictionary and the DB relationship with ABAP dictionary and DB database. So with SAP HANA coming into picture, SAP's own database, SAP removed these concepts, removed these tables or made these tables as obsolete, as obsolete. And now we only have transparent tables having one-to-one relationship with from ABAP dictionary to DB. This is another showcase and benefit of it. With SAP HANA coming into picture, SAP made these tables as obsolete, and now we only have this transparent table which will be having one-to-one relationship. This is more better. Here, these things were really complex, and there was a lot of performance related issue on that, lots of secondary indexes and all these things. It simply removed everything. All the table you can see, there will be definitely be a transparent table only. A transparent table. Yeah. So that's the thing for today. Tomorrow we will be seeing the S4 HANA system and the architectural part of S4 HANA system in detail. Meanwhile, if you have any question, please do ask.